I know I'm not done yet, and I haven't accomplished nearly what I'm gonna accomplish in my life. Resurgence, a rising again into life, activity, or prominence. My name is Paige VanZant, and I'm a professional fighter for the UFC. I grew up in a small country town. Dance was definitely my main passion for a very long time. I did a few professional dance shows as a kid. I won a ton of scholarships, tried out for cheerleading. I made varsity as a freshman, which was supposed to be amazing and supposed to be like a dream come true. It couldn't have been more awful. People hated me and I was extremely bullied, and I went, day by day having, being attacked. I just put a book out and it talked about a sexual assault that I went through. It took me a long time to actually open up about that and even open up to my parents about what happened to me. You get picked apart and people don't believe you, or people want to make fun of you for it, or what did you do to ask for something like that to happen to you? For the longest time I wanted to just pretend that it didn't happen, and if I just didn't talk about it then it wouldn't be true. My dad lost his job, and we had the opportunity for him to get another one in the same town, or he asked if we should move, and then I was like, we have to get out of here. He got one in Reno, Nevada, and that's where I found MMA. My dad took me to an MMA gym, which he was a huge fan of Ken Shamrock, who owned a local gym in Reno, Nevada. I got to heel hook and choke my dad out, which was awesome. And just slowly but surely, the way that the gym made me feel, the way my dad made me feel by going to these classes, slowly got my confidence back. Eventually, it became just that repetition of coming into the gym, and they really made me feel like I was home, and I don't think they even realized the impact that they had on my life. Because of everything that I had went through, that was the only thing where I actually put myself out there, and I was like, all right, I'm a part of something, I'm a part of this team. Then you realize wow, I'm actually really good at this. I was gonna fight this girl named Joanne Calderwood, where she pulled out due to injury, and I ended up fighting Rose Namajunas. And that was my first ever UFC loss. It was a 5-round absolute war. She cut me open in the first round. There was blood everywhere. That's kind of where I made my name as a fighter. It showed my toughness, my tenacity, my heart, overcoming every single obstacle that she could throw at me in that fight. And that's where people were like, all right, she's a fighter. After that, I fought Beck Rawlings, and I finished her with a 2nd round head kick knockout, which was awesome. And then I lost again. I was on my way to fighting for a belt. 2 more fights and I could fight for a title. 2 more fights and I got to fight Rose 1 more time. And then I break my arm in the middle of a fight. I was doing well in the fight. I was finally finding my rhythm. I was getting my striking going. And I threw a spinning back fist. And if it would have been just 4 inches lower, I would have brutally knocked her out. But she ducked her head and I hit her right on the forehead, and I heard this loud snap. And at first, with that adrenaline going, I had no idea that the snap was my arm. I did everything I could to try to win the fight, to keep going, but it just didn't matter. They put a plate in and 7 screws. I immediately got back into training. I got back to doing everything that I could right after the surgery to try to stay on track and get my momentum back to fight again. We get to the 6-month post-op, and my arm had 0% signs of healing, which meant I had a broken arm for 6 months. There was still a total fracture down the middle of it. So a huge surgery, a huge plate. They took a bone graft and platelets from my hip. So I had to have a pretty extreme hip surgery. I haven't been able to train for 9 months, and that's 9 months where every single girl in my division is training. Every single girl in my division is fighting and winning and putting themselves forward, so their careers are all being propelled, where I feel like I'm stuck in the exact same spot. I know I'm not done yet, and I haven't accomplished nearly what I'm gonna accomplish in my life, and I've had these 2 losses, and I'm gonna get them back, and I'm gonna win. And it's that one thing that I think professional athletes have in their mind, that they'll never be good enough and they've never accomplished enough. And there's still goals that I have for my future that I haven't reached yet, that I know I'm going to. MMA definitely, it saved my life. It saved me as a person. I thought the world was this dark, dark place. And until you go through something that significant and then go through these successes, it gave me a sense of purpose, it gave me a sense of relief, and I really figured out who I am. And I am, I'm Paige VanZant now. I'm a professional fighter for the UFC, and my life matters, and I have a purpose.